What's happening, guys? I'm Dan. Welcome back to the channel. It's another Bourbon County brand stout review, and it's the 2025 version in distribution. Look at that. We're getting to this a little bit early. You'll notice something's a little bit different. It's not a big bomber. It's not a 16.9 ounce, rather. It is a 4-pack, 10-ounce mini bottles. Probably the most genius move I've seen any brewery pivot to in recent memory, because otherwise, guys, it becomes a lot for one person to drink. If you want to open an entire one and you're alone, it's not really a great idea. You're almost going to be too drunk, or you're going to have too much liquid, rather, and you just don't want to power through it sometimes, even if it's absolutely delicious. So this is great for a singular person. Even if you want to split it, you still can. 5 ounces per person. That's the perfect little bit. Then you can do a full flight, whatever. You could try the other ones. So 10-ounce bottles, greatest move from Goose Island. I applaud you. Amazing. So yeah, guys, the Goose Island Barrel House, Chicago, Illinois. You guys know this infamous beer. It's another drop. Bottled on October 6th, 2025. 14.8%. At least the one I have in Northern Michigan. But just great, slick packaging. You're going to get this 4-pack for about $25, maybe $26. Other people might charge more. I think that's lame. But that's what the price point will be. So guys, awesome little mini bottles. Let's get into this, see what this vintage is like. I hope it's good. This is the original, of course. I've got a couple variants that I will review for the channel. And we got some smoke popping off the top. This is about probably 55 degrees, maybe a little less, maybe 50 to 55. I tried to chill it real quick for a couple minutes. I don't like them completely room temperature, but it's been in the basement. Well, let's get a pour on this sucker, guys. Really excited to try this. I hope you guys are getting ready for your Thanksgiving festivities. Maybe. So, anything to note on this bottle? Because I'm going in blind. Really haven't done any research. It's the normal thing. This looked pretty thin when I poured it, I would say, but I don't know. There's always the idea, was it thicker back in the day? I don't really know. Everybody kind of claims it could have been, but who really knows? It's jet black, guys. You're not seeing through it. Outer ring of head. Nothing in the middle. I'm not going into great detail about this. Let's get a nose. Oh, yeah. Ah, yeah. Caramel almond. Figs. Dried raisins, prunes. Sweetness. Brownie ganache sweetness. Very chocolatey. It's the Bourbon County nostalgia. It smells exactly like I would envision it to be. No real huge boozy presence, but there's a little, raisiny cherry note in here. I'm always expected. I think I'm getting that big sweetness. It's maybe a skosh sweeter. Maybe not. Maybe it's just a little bit warmer than I had last time. But again, the fig, the caramel, maybe, some almond nuttiness, the jammy raisin, figs, raisins, prunes, plums, more nuts. It smells nice. It's not like a chocolate bomb per se. I just get a little bit of like brownie mix, brownie batter, and a little bit of like, chocolate ganache kind of icing thing. Barrel presence, a little bit. Nothing crazy on the nose, but let's dive in, guys. 14.8. Cheers, Bourbon County. Cheers, Goose Island. Barrel character does come on the back end. I like that. Not super woody, but it's got the earthy kind of, astringent bourbon, cask wood kind of feel to it. It's not super toothpicky or anything, and then the bourbon, a little bit of that late booziness comes in. It's real nice, warming in the chest, actually. I like that. Came in real late. And there was a little bit of like sweetness kind of coupled with it. It was like a sweet heat right in the chest. I really liked that, actually. Caramel, I think it's actually lighter on chocolate this year than normal. Not always like a super big chocolate bomb. Sometimes I find it chocolatier than others. I think this one's like a little bit fruitier, maybe a little less roasty, but I get some bitterness, some coffee on the back end. Again, that brownie batter thing and caramel almond joy bar kind of thing is present here. But I really like the barrel on the back end. It's a little bit fresher maybe than one that I aged. So I'm getting a little bit more of that nice heat. It's not like an astringent heat. It's a soft little warming in the chest. Again, some caramel maltiness, that sweetness, almost a cherry note. Not super cherry forward. It's more raisin and more prune juice kind of thing. There is a nice sweetness, and there is some roast that rounds out the sweetness, but this does still have a fair bit of sweetness while having a thinner body. Again, was it thicker back in the day? I don't know, maybe. So it's a little thin, but there is some nice drinkability here. I can't really say if it's the greatest bourbon county I've ever had, but I just burped up some caramel and more like almond bar. I don't know. It might be a little bit less chocolatey than I remember, a little less brownie forward, and there might be also a little bit less coffee maybe than I'm accustomed to getting. But it's fresher than maybe my old memory, and sometimes coffee fades anyway, so there's a little bit of that coffee roast in there, but it's not overplayed or overpowering on the palate. But there's actually not a ton of chew to this beer at 14.8. Like it's thinner, it's a little bit softer, and I do remember maybe potentially at one time there was more chew to this, and this one doesn't really have that syrupy chew, right? There's a little bit of like a caramel sugary sweetness to it, but it's not like big syrupy viscous body that I maybe once remembered. So. My only thing is maybe it's a little thin. Maybe it's a little thin. Maybe it's a little less chocolatey. There's still some coffee, but maybe the chocolate and coffee roast a little bit less, dialed in than maybe what I remember. But that's all just your opinion. It's all just what you remember, guys, and everybody remembers differently. It's very good. It's very drinkable. I'd say it's just outstanding for drinkability. The bourbon's just right. The bourbon itself, the vanilla playing from the wood, the fruitiness kind of accents in there as well. I think it's just a very nice barrel in general, or barrels that it came from. Fantastic stuff. I do think that's great, and I will compliment the bourbon forwardness, even though it's more of the barrel accentuating what's in this actual juice. So it's good. I don't know if it's the best bourbon county I've ever had. It's solid, really solid. So where do we put it? It's still world-class stuff. Still world-class stuff, just a little thin. It's all up to your interpretation. Me right now, would have wanted a little bit more brownie batter, would have wanted a little bit more coffee, but it's all still there to some degree in some caliber. Just comes off a little bit dryness on the back end, like a little bit of that roasty, soft dryness. It does come in. Let's go. What are we doing? This year's version. What are we doing? .21. 4.21 out of 5, guys. That's where I'm putting it. I gave you my critiques. I gave you my opinions. There it is. Let it lay. Happy Thanksgiving. It's another Bourbon County brand stout. Stay tuned for the variants. Cheers, guys.